I never thought I'd feel this way again at first. It was just a fleeting thought, something I could easily dismiss. But the more time Noah spent in our home, the harder it became to ignore. He was my son's best friend, practically part of the family. I had watched him grow up, seen him evolve from a quiet teenager into a confident young man. He and Oliver were inseparable, lifting weights in the garage, lounging by the pool, playing video games late into the night. Whenever Noah was around, I became hyper-aware of his presence, the way he moved, the way his deep voice filled the room. I tried to shake it off, telling myself it was nothing. One evening, while Oliver was out running errands, I was in the kitchen preparing dinner when Noah walked in. "Miss Reynolds, do you mind if I grab some water?" His voice sent an unexpected shiver down my spine. I caused a smile. "Of course, Noah, and please call me CLA, he grinned, reaching for a glass. Our hands brushed for just a second. It was nothing, but my heart reacted as if it was something. "Sorry about that," he said. With an easy chuckle, "It's fine," I murmured, looking away too quickly after he left. I gripped the edge of the counter, trying to steady myself. This was ridiculous. I was a grown woman, married for years. I shouldn't be feeling this way. But no matter how much I tried to convince myself, the truth was undeniable. This wasn't just in my head. I tried to suppress it, to ignore the way his presence affected me. But Noah made it impossible. Every time he was near, the air felt heavier, charged with something unspoken, the way his eyes lingered on mine for a second too long, the way he said my name. It was like he knew. One afternoon, Oliver and Noah were outside playing basketball, their shirts tossed aside in the heat. I told myself I wasn't watching him, but I was when Oliver went inside to grab something. Noah caught me staring. He smoked as if he could see right through me. "You should come outside more, CLA, he said later, leaning against the counter. "Get some sun," I laughed, brushing off the comment. But my pulse was racing from then on. Every moment between us felt different. A brush of the hand in passing a glance that lasted too long. A conversation laced with tension. I told myself to stop, but I never did. The night. Everything changed. My husband David and Oliver had gone out. I was curled up on the couch with a book when Noah walked in, holding a drink, mind. "If I sit?" I nodded, trying to ignore the way my heart pounded as he settled beside me, closer than usual. "You seem nervous," he said, watching me. "I'm fine," I lied. He took the book from my hand, setting it aside. His fingers barely grazed mine, but the warmth lingered. "You don't have to pretend with me," CLA, hearing my name in his voice without formality, sent a thrill through me. I turned toward him, and suddenly the space between us wasn't space at all. "I can't." I whispered, "You can," he said, his voice steady, "and you want to." I stopped thinking, stopped reminding myself of everything that was at stake, and when he leaned in, I didn't pull away. After that night, we stole moments whenever we could. Whenever Oliver was out, whenever David worked late. The secrecy made it even more intoxicating. Every glance, every whispered conversation, every stolen touch felt dangerous and thrilling. But it was only a matter of time before we got careless. It started small. David noticing Noah's hoodie left on the back of a chair. "Did Noah leave this here?" he asked casually. "Yeah," I said too quickly. He must have forgotten it. David narrowed his eyes but didn't press. Then one night, everything fell apart. I was in the kitchen with Noah when I whispered, "We have to stop this." He stepped closer. "You don't mean that I do," I insisted, though my body betrayed me. "This is wrong." Noah, before he could respond, the back door swung open. David stood there, his eyes flicking between us. "What's going on here?" His voice was sharp, cutting through the air like a blade. "Nothing," I said too quickly. David's gaze lingered. "Nothing." His voice was laced with disbelief. Oliver walked in next, taking in the scene, Noah standing too close. My expression unreadable. Dad. Oliver asked what's wrong. David didn't answer right away. Instead, he turned to me. CLA, do you have something to say? The room felt like it was closing in my throat. Tightened. Noah opened his mouth as if to speak, but David cut him off. Don't, he warned. Don't lie to me. Silence stretched. Then everything exploded at once. Oliver demanded answers. David's anger boiled over Noah. Stood frozen, caught in the wreckage of something we had both created by the time the night was over. The truth. If you enjoyed my story, please like this video and subscribe my channel for more stories.